Now, coming to the concept, objectives, principles, philosophy and process of extension. Extension may be defined as the science of developing capability of the people for sustainable improvement in their quality of life. The concept of extension is based on the following premise. People have unlimited potential for personal growth and development. The development takes place at any stage of their lives, and it is providing them with adequate and appropriate learning opportunities. Adults are not interested in learning only for the sake of learning, but for applying it in the farming situation. They are motivated when new learning provides opportunity for application, for increased productivity and improved standard of living. Such learning is a continuous level of rural population should be provided on a continuous basis, because the problems as well as the technologies of production and living are continuously changing, including the market opportunities. Given the required knowledge and skills, people are capable of making optimal choices for their individual and social benefits. The objective of the extension are to assist people to discover and analyze their problems and identify their felt needs, to develop leadership among people and help them in organizing groups to solve their problems, to disseminate research information of economic and practical importance in a way that people would be able to understand and use, to assist people in mobilizing and utilizing the resources which they have and which they need from outside, to collect and transmit feedback information for solving management problems. Functions of extension: to bring desirable change in behavior is the crucial function of extension. So, we are aiming at change in knowledge, change in skill, change in attitude, change in understanding, change in the goal, change in action and change in confidence. The principles of agriculture extension involves principles of cultural difference. Okay, two villages are not the same. Okay, they are different. Grassroots principle: we work with the farmers and the grassroots people, especially of the 6,48,000 villages in India. Principle of indigenous knowledge: we try to integrate the indigenous knowledge. Principle of interest and needs: we don't force people unless they are interested in the technology we have been disseminating. Principle of learning by doing. Principle of participation. So, in the principle of participation, we have the family principle, the principle of leadership, principle of adaptability, principle of satisfaction and principle of evaluation. The philosophy of extension is to teach people how to think and not what to think, to know what is the actual situation and what should be the actual situation we want to move towards, to interpret the findings of research to the farmers and to carry the problems of farmers to reach the solution. So, there are various levels of extension. We have extension education, we have extension service. Okay. Now, the extension education, I told you, is basically a teaching learning process. So, as the Ligon's 1961 model says, so teaching, okay, is the first of all, we go with the situation analysis, step number one, then we set the objectives of the situation, then we use the various teaching methods which we will be telling you, then we evaluate the whatever we have taught, and then we have a reconsideration. Now, how the extension evolved, especially when it comes to the change agent and extension agent, the farmer education, agriculture marketing, health and business studies. I told you we have 6,40,000 villages in this country. The rural people, extension was first used to describe adult education programs in England as an advisory service. The objective of extension education is a lifelong learning. It provides programs for off-campus adults from various walks of life to continue learning and obtaining further knowledge and skills, providing an excellent channel and opportunity for people to meet the needs of self-growth and for the society. The evolution of extension was first used in the United States of America in the first decade of the century to connect the extension of knowledge from land-grant colleges to the farmers through the process of informal education. Extension work F.L. Bryan in 1920 in Punjab, the term community development, Gurgaon experiment for the whole life. Community development projects in 1952, especially SK there, and with the establishment of the National Extension Service in 1953, our extension in India has evolved. The importance of extension uses democratic methods in educating the people. We don't force them. Extension helps in adoption of innovations. Extension helps in studying and solving the rural problems. Extension increases farm yields and improves the standard of living of farmers. Extension makes good communities better and progressive. Extension contributes to national development programs. The scope of extension is the increasing efficiency in marketing, distribution and utilization of agricultural inputs and outputs, conservation, development and use of natural resources, proper farm and home management, better family living, youth development, leadership development, community and rural development, improving public affairs for all-round development, to raise the standard of living of the rural people by helping them in the right use of the resources. Continuing the above, the scope of extension, to help in planning and implementing the family and village plans for increasing production in various occupations, to provide facilities for better family living, to provide knowledge and help for better management of farms and increase incomes, to encourage the farmers to grow his own food, eat well and live well, to promote better social, natural, recreational, intellectual and spiritual life among the people, to help rural families in better appreciation of the strength, weakness, opportunities and threats in the village. Again, continuing the scope of extension, it also opens new opportunities for developing talents and leadership of rural people. We build rural citizens who are proud of their occupation, who are independent in thinking, who are constructive in outlook, who are capable, efficient and self-reliant in character, who are having love of home and country in their heart. So, 7 reasons why extension is needed today. We are sustainers of green revolution. We are catalysts of change, especially in the National Agriculture Innovation Project. We are an agency of empowerment, especially with the self-help groups, the women interest group and the commodity interest group. We are human infrastructure. We try to bring multiplier effect. We are contextualizers. That means we do the job more than Google and how to use it. We just don't give information, but we also share our experiences. We are synergists. We bring synergy between ICR, State Agriculture University, the Agriculture Department, our line departments and farmers. We are collaborators on a PPP mode, especially public-private partnership mode using ICT, etc. The land grant philosophy in the United States, especially the Morrill Act in 1862, the Hatch Act of 1887 and the Smith-Liver Act of 1914, and also the 4H model. So now, I told you that the Morrill Act came first, where the land grant system of colleges was initiated, and then later on we had the Hatch Act, where the research stations were established, and then we have the Smith-Liver Act in 1914, where the agriculture extension started as a service. Now, 4 paradigms of agriculture extension. We deal with technology transfer, especially when we are doing with persuasive and paternalistic type, especially in the training and visit system. We have also used it as advisory work, persuasive plus participatory method, especially the extension advisory service. We also use it in another paradigm with the human resource development, where we are educational and paternalistic development in TNV system. We have the 4th paradigm, where facilitation for empowerment, educational plus participatory mode for the farmer producer organization, farmer field schools or participatory technology development. Especially in the Indian agriculture extension context, I can say that the agriculture as extension has evolved the pre-independence era 1866 to 1947. In the stage 2, we have the post-independence era 1947 to 1953, and in the stage 3, community development and national extension service era after 1953. In the stage 4, we have come with the intensive agriculture development era 1960 onwards. So now, in the pre-independence era, especially when Britishers were ruling here, we had the Etawah project, we have the Nilokeri project, we have the Gurgaon experiment, we have the Sriniketan attempt, especially by Rabindranath Tagore, we have the Sevagram attempt by Mahatma Gandhi ji, we have the Marthandam attempt by Spencer Hatch, especially very near Tirunelveli in Nagarkoil district, and the Servants of India Society in Pune in Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Sir Daniel Hamilton's scheme of rural reconstruction and Sundarban in Bengal. Rural reconstruction work by the Christian missions through Allahabad Agriculture Institute, especially Naini, where we say, and then the Christian College in Nagpur, the other Seva Sangh, Pori in Gwalior, and the Sarvodaya program in Bombay province. These are the pre-independence. The post-independence era, especially after 1947, we had to grow more food because we were at the begging bowl, and today we are very self-sustainable. All this was brought by agriculture extension post 1947. The Etawah pilot project 1948 to 1952. Nilokeri project, S.K. Dev was our community development minister, and the community development project in 1952. Now coming to the stage 3, we have the community development program, and the national extension service started in 1953. So where we had this line department, direct line staff such as State Department Commissioner, BDO and village level worker. The auxiliary or specialized staff such as different heads of technical departments of the state, district levels and extension officers at the block level. Then we had the Panchayat Raj system, the Jilla Parishad, block committees and village Panchayat. So obviously in the National Extension Service era, we have the national, state and district level sort of extension service. So coming to the stage 4, the intensive agriculture development era, 1960 onwards, some of the important schemes like the intensive agriculture district program and the intensive agriculture area program, and then the high yielding variety program where this is called the Green Revolution in 1965 with Swaminathan and other et al. So then afterwards we had enough production with all the high yielding varieties. Then we came out with some sort of social justice for the small farmers. Therefore we have the Small Farmers Development Agency, and marginal farmers and agricultural labor, we did something for them. Then we also came out with the drought prone area program. We also came with command area development program where assured irrigation was there. Our extension services were intensified. Then we came with the integrated development program, especially IRDP, to remove poverty. We also have this Antyodaya program and all that. Then in 1975 we had this T&B system of agriculture extension. Then we had the intensive cattle development project, ICDP. Then TRISEM program to empower rural youth for self-employment. Then we had the Dwakra program, development of women and children in rural areas. So after 1960, we had the National Agriculture Extension Project, NAEP. Then somewhere in 1987, we had the technology mission on oil seeds, because even now our oil seed production is less. So we came out of the Jawahar Rozgar Yojana and the MG Narega, which is trying to assure at least 100 days of employment in a year. Then we have the mission for integrated development of horticulture, the National Horticulture Mission, NHM, and now we have the Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana and the National Agriculture Innovation Project. So extension has got 6 challenges: how to control accountability and sustainability in agriculture, developing a comprehensive agriculture extension policy, addressing the educational and technological needs of target clients. Farm women and women extension is improving communication support through ICT, which is the present day focus, strengthening extension management. Types of extension I have already told you. We have the first line extension from the ICR, where we have this division of social science and training, and somewhere they call it as the socio-economic empowerment unit. And next we have the frontline extension through the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, around 748 in number. Then we have the extension education conducted by the state agriculture universities through the extension guides and directorate of extension. And then we have the regular extension done by the line department of horticulture, sericulture, agriculture and so on. So some of the extension approach, even it is also done on a commodity approach, focused approach, especially people like Silk Board, the Coffee Board. Then we have the community development extension approach, rural development projects. Then we have the technical innovation centered approach, especially by ICR. I can give you ICR IHR or ICR IOR or ICR DRR as the things. Clients focused approach in extension, especially when you come to the FPOs, the Small Farmer Agri Consortium is doing a lot of work on the FPOs, Farmer Producer Organization. So some of the extension methods we have already covered in one more video, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was AEM101. So I have covered unit 1 and 2, and after this we will be going with the extension methods in the unit 3 for individual, group and contact method, which has already been covered, and you can see the video of it. So thank you very much. Any doubt you have, you can contact me always. My mobile number is 944-0034-845. I am Dr. V.K. Jairaghavendra Rao, Principal Scientist, Agriculture Extension. I work at the ICAR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Hesalgatta, Bangalore. Thank you very much.